5 tips for getting promoted at work as an introvert. Tip number 1 is to have a career plan. So definitely having a plan for where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Making sure that you understand what your path is to get there, right? And really writing that out and understanding what your goals are. A lot of people say, well, I want to get promoted. I want to get to the next level, but what does that path look like, and where is it that you're exactly trying to go, being very specific about it. So writing that out, understanding what is your plan for the next year to 3 to 5 years is key. Tip number 2 is to communicate and speak up and make sure people know where it is you're trying to go. So being very honest and open, transparent with your management, with the people that you work for, work with, and make sure they're aware of your aspirations to get to the next level, to get promoted, right? You don't want to keep that a secret. People are actually drawn to the fact, to someone that knows where they're going, that has goals, and they're driven to those goals. So making sure you're communicating with your management, with the people that you work with, exactly where it is you're trying to go, and you're not keeping that a secret. And then what you'll find is that those people typically will go to bat for you, and they will work to make sure you get to where it is you're trying to go. Tip number 3 is to have a mentor. Definitely have a mentor. This is so big. So preferably someone that is in the position you want to get to, or someone that's at least been in that position at some point in their career. Someone that's already walked in those shoes. They understand the steps that you need to take to get to where you're trying to go. So it's harder to try to get somewhere all on your own, all by yourself, or talking to people who have never gone to where you're trying to go about what the steps are to get there. But when you're talking to someone that's already lived that life, someone that has already gone down that path, it's way easier. They're gonna, walk you through all the landmines, all the things you need to get through, and all the obstacles to get to that point. So you wanna get promoted, you wanna move up, make sure you're working with and being mentored by someone that's already gone where you're trying to go. Tip number 4 is to network. So I know that as introverts, this can be tough. Sometimes we don't want to talk to people. Sometimes we want to be to ourselves, right? And I did another video about this separately, talking about networking as an introvert. Definitely check that one out. But your network really is your net worth. And so the people that you know, the people that you associate with, when you're trying to get to that next level, the bigger your network is, the more opportunities are going to open up. And the more people you'll have that can speak on your behalf, people talk. People talk about, hey, if a position comes up, who would be good for this? Who would be a good fit? The more people you have in your corner, the more people that you network with, the better your chance to move up to that next level. So make sure you're networking with the right people, making those connections. And number 5, perhaps the biggest one of all of these, be the hardest worker in the room at all times. This is the one that you can 100% always control. Make sure that you are always giving your best, always giving 110% every chance you have. Whether you are an introvert, an extrovert, you can control this, right? So doing your best work, putting your best foot forward. When someone brings your name up, when they talk about you, are they gonna talk about somebody that's a go-getter that gets things done, or somebody that sits in the background and lets everyone else do the hard work, right? Who do you think is gonna get promoted? Who do you think is gonna be the one that gets that nod when a position comes up, right? So make sure you set yourself up and you're in a position to where when your name comes up, they know you're the hardest worker and you're the one they want in that slot. So that has been 5 tips for how to get promoted as an introvert at work. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Also, let me know what are some things you think you could work on in order to get to the next level. I know for me, it's continuing to build my network and just continuing to grow on that. But let me know what it is for you. Hope you've enjoyed this Made Leader Mondays. Again, let's have a good conversation in the comments, and we'll talk again later. God bless.